as well as get the last charge for your last charge is also for delinquency of a juvenile. So I'm saying this to say that we're going to hold any and everyone accountable, including the parents. So we need you to come forward and help us heal this community. Mayor, would you say a few words, please?
Oh, Chief. Well, the first thing that I will say is thank you to Ms. Darlene, to the Crime Stoppers organization. You're invaluable, and you stepped up. You always do, but I really appreciate you stepping up today with the increase of a $10,000 award. I was adamant also about the arrest of the mother. And make no mistake about it, the city of New Orleans and through our New Orleans Police Department, we will hold everyone accountable. And as Darlene mentioned, and I felt it, talking about Lil Devontae. But let's be clear. We have children, shooting children in the city of New Orleans. And parents play a role in the nurturing and the development of their children. Parents are their children's first teacher, should be. So we will not stand by and allow parents who are involved or engaged, who harbor their children, we will not stand by. I want to thank the judge who saw the need for this arrest. Thank you. I want to thank the detectives that have been nonstop every day, every hour on this case, because we know that it's connected to so much more. But we will be relentless. And thank you, Chief, so much. But it is time in our community for parents to also be held accountable when they need to be. And as a parent, I want to make sure that those parents who feel that they need the support to make themselves known, because we want to be here to support you. That's exactly why I created the first ever, the Mayor's Office of Youth and Families, so that we can meet our parents, meet all of our people where they are, but take advantage of those resources. But what we're discussing here today, we need the community to step up. We know that you have the information of who the shooter or shooters were. We know that. So come forth and do the right thing that will protect our entire community and innocent bystanders who could be in the way. So thank you again for just allowing me. I'm here for support, and you will have it every step of the way for this issue and many more, because violence has to stop in our community, and at the hands of children should be unacceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. So at this time, I will take any questions, if there are any.
Chief, when and where was the 14-year-old son of Donna Howard shot, if you know it? Mm-hmm. And was it in any way linked to the shooting that killed Devontae?
So right now at this time, we do not know exactly when he was shot. From what we understand, it was sometime at the beginning of July, possibly in the area of Allen and Russia Blade. We're still trying to investigate that. We're not for certain. Is it related to the homicide? We really do not know. And that is why we're here today pleading with anyone who has any information about the homicide to come forward with it so that we can tie up, connect these dots.
A quick follow-up. Obviously, yes. You have the mother, Donna Howard, booked on the multiple charges, including, harboring a fugitive. Mm-hmm. Are you looking at her for possibly more information into the shooting of her son, Devontae?
I'm looking at any and everyone for whatever information they can give to us to assist in solving this senseless homicide. It does not stop at her. It could be the father, it could be the community, it could be the neighbors, whomever may have information. We looking to them to give us some sort of help.
Foxay?
Clarification on the age of the other, is it 11 or 14 years old?
I'm sorry, which
The
one?
other son of Donna Howard.
So she has 3 sons. One who's currently, who was arrested in February for the auto burglary, the 11-year-old. She has the 9-year-old deceased, and now you have, I think he's 13 or 14-year-old. 14 now. 14-year-old.
So he will soon be 15.
That is the oldest.
Channel 6?
I noticed there is a crime camera on that street. What sort of, the video from that camera, what have y'all been able to determine? Is the car that y'all issued the picture of, has that been found? And is there any evidence from the crime camera that shows maybe the shooters were children?
So all that is a part of this active investigation. So I cannot see what we observed on that video just yet. That is a part of our investigation. We have located a vehicle that fit the description of the vehicle that we were looking for. We cannot see for certain if that is in fact the vehicle just yet, but it definitely fits the description of the vehicle that we have been looking for. But we continue to look for that, as well as any other leads that can help us in this investigation.
Channel 26?
No, thank you.
Picayune? No advocate?
I have that one.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us just generally over the number of shootings and homicides that the city has been experiencing for the last few weeks.
So, I mean, just this month alone, I think we've had as many as 17 in the month of July compared to 10 last year. So, I mean, it is a lot. And a lot of it is senseless. And as the mayor said, juveniles, youth, shooting youth. We had just last night, yesterday, over the last 24 hours, we had 4 shootings over the last 24 hours, 2 of which have already been cleared by warrants. The 2 that occurred in the 7th district were cleared by warrant. But it is a variety of things that have triggered this, from possible family issues, domestic issues, or mental illness issues. There's no one, it does not fit into any one specific bucket at this point in time. But just rest assured that our officers have been engaged. They have been doing their due diligence. Just as I said, 2 of the 4 incidents that occurred over the last 24 hours have already been cleared. So we continue to do our due diligence in identifying and holding these individuals responsible for their actions.
And just to make sure the child that had been shot and the mother had not reported, you said he was shot earlier this month and had been weeks dealing with this wound?
Yes, yep, a few weeks, absolutely. And that is even more of a reason why it was necessary for us to obtain this warrant for her arrest.
4?
Yeah, Chief, can you say who was the target in the shooting in which Devontae was killed?
We do not know at this point in time. We still do not know. You do know there was a 15-year-old female, a 13-year-old boy, male boy, as well as a 9-year-old that was killed. So we do not know. We know that there are some other people who may have been out there, and we're trying to determine that now.
More questions?
Clarification again, the 14-year-old, you said you all have been looking for him for the last few weeks. Can you kind of talk about in regards to what?
Not weeks, months.
Months, since May 24th. He escaped from a group home. He was in a group home because he had been arrested for auto burglaries and auto thefts.
Yeah.
And he escaped from that group home on May 24th. And we have been looking for him ever since. And during the course of us looking for him, apparently he was shot earlier this month with his mother having knowledge of such and not reporting it.
Chief, can you say anything about the circumstances of his capture?
What do you mean? How did we locate? I mean, this is what our department do. This is what we have a warrant squad for, our violent offender warrant squad. Had been searching for him ever since the homicide occurred last Monday. And we were finally able to track him down on yesterday.
Yeah. We wanted him off the street to prevent further violence.
Yes.
And prior to the funeral of his baby brother, we wanted him off the street. And our goal is to get others off the street as soon as possible.
And this is just about his safety as well.
Yes.
You know, we don't know who the targets are, but we want to make sure that he is in a safe environment. Not to mention he was wanted. He had escaped,
Exactly.
and it was just time for us to locate him, and we were able to do so.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank you, and please, 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 I ask the community to come forward with whatever information. Step forward and help us heal our community. Thank you.
Thank you.